So I live in housing for medical student and got a new med student as a roommate. She's very nice but quiet. It's their second day of med school, which I know is a huge adjustment. She does not seem to be doing well. She's constantly crying and calling PPL at home. She moved across the country for first time. She's only been here for like 3 days, so we aren't super close or know each other well. I'm concerned with her frequent crying and eating nothing but dry cereal. She said she doesn't know how to cook. How can I support her with adjustment? I was talking to her about resources on campus and how I see a psychiatrist through the school who helps me with my meds to try to normalize being anxious for her. I'm gonna try to cook one of her cultural foods to share with her as well. I'm hoping she will let me teach her some basic of cooking at some point. Any other ideas? TLDR, new roommate is starting medical school and is struggling with transition, possibly. Just generally being friendly is a good start. Invite her to cook dinner together, introduce her to some of your friends, etc. My grad student apartment had weekly roommate meetings that were done over dinner. Every week I knew we'd get together and eat and have a convo. Maybe 15 minutes was cleaning and roomy stuff. The next 2 hours was just talking about the week and different departments at the school. It was lovely and really grounding, immediately following 9/11. 3. Man, you sound like a gem of a roommate. She's lucky to have landed somewhere that a person cares. I liked Sukiya's idea of inviting her to cook dinner together and teach her some of the basics. Teach the lady to fish. You can only do so much, but mainly, just be a normal friend. Invite her out to eat, or offer to take her grocery shopping and help her cook something fun. But remember to set boundaries. Oof, major good call for the boundary setting. Sometimes people can misread things and get super clingy. I had a similar situation. Not med school, but I had to move into somewhere whilst going through something, and I tried to isolate myself. One of the people I live with noticed. One night she knocked on my door and asked if was okay. She invited me to come and sit with her downstairs. I didn't want to as others were down there, but invited her in. We've been best friends since. She massively helped me by something as simple as taking the time out to ask how I was and listen. Your roommate needs time to adjust, which you'll definitely make easier with your kindness. Actually, starting medical school is crazy traumatic. Imagine swimming for shore in a storm and watching her, but if other people give up or fail from their dream of reaching that shore. All that pent up anxiety and stress has a weird way of showing up when the dream is finally realized. Particularly if there is culture and identity shock layered on top. Med school is hard, not always for the reasons we think. Do your best to connect her to her roots and let her know she can be whoever she is and she's cool. See if there's a student union, BIPOC, or she can engage with. Hey, I was thinking of ordering some pizza or food you think she'd like and watching show you think she'd like tonight. Want to join me? If she says yes, ask her a bunch of questions about herself and listen to her answers. She probably feels very alone and your interest in her will make her feel like she has support. I have been that girl. Invite her to hang out in the living room or with friends or something. Depends if she's shy or not. Don't push too much, just show her that she can ask you for help. Teach her how to cook. I used to call my mom or grandmother and they would teach me how to cook my fave dishes from my country. That was 20 years ago on a Nokia phone. She can FaceTime them now, lol. Instead of cereal, show her more options like sandwiches and stuff. Encourage her to join a club or something. Distract her when she's anxious. Watch a show you both enjoy. Go out for a walk or something. What you suggested about therapy is great. She seems anxious, overwhelmed and homesick. It will slowly get better for her. Assure her of that. From me and from my experience, good luck. You're a good human. A meal is a great starting point. Imo. Cheers to you for wanting to help someone in need. Why not ask if she fancies cooking something together? It'd be a way for you guys to bond, and you're helping her by teaching her how to cook. Or maybe see if she'd like to watch a movie together or something. I think just bonding a bit would be very nice, so she doesn't feel so alone after moving away from home. You're sweet. Cooking dinner to share is a wonderful idea. How about inviting her out for a walk? If you have movies in the park or there are any local events going on, invite her out. Introducing her to another friend, if you know people in the area, is another good idea. You can even just open up to her about your stresses and fears about med school. It's early on and medical school is crazy hard. Congrats on getting in, so this might just be a rough adjustment period. Just be there for her. Just be nice, and give her room to talk. I think campus student counseling center is a wonderful idea. Is there resources specifically for medical students? When I was a student, I was so glad I went to one of the bigger universities in the US, and they had a student counseling center. Also, she probably is homesick. Is there a specific student association for people from her country? One thing I notice is that girls tend to answer their own questions on here, but tend to overthink it, or worry too much about the reactions. You sound like you have a good heart. You want her to stop crying and to eat something, so cook her dinner and set aside time to just talk to her and get to know her. Having a friend can help alleviate homesickness. If you have some free time, it might be helpful to go on regular walks with her around your region. It will help her feel more familiar and comfortable in her new home. She probably feels incredibly isolated and scared, so just be a friend in any way you can. Once she gets interested in what's happening around her, it will be much easier for her to relax and get some distraction from missing home. Well, as much as you could feasibly relax during medical school, good luck to you and your new roommate. When I was away at school and homesick, my boyfriend took me to go work out with him. That was the last thing I felt like doing. But afterwards, as I walked out of the gym, I was whistling a little tune. Endorphins, man. You are a good human being, op. Honestly, just let her know you're there for her. She needs anything. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I bet that will give her a feeling of security, even if she doesn't show or realize it right away. Just start talking to her. Help alleviate her missing everyone. If you need to, when you hear her, just go knock and tell her you understand. Maybe invite her to watch a show before bed. It shouldn't take much to help her feel better, and you could save her from dropping out. Invite her out when you go places. Ask her questions about herself. Try to find things to make your roommate things, like inside jokes or traditions of some kind. Like every Friday you watch the same show together, or you always cook together on Sundays, etc. Being kind and helping her find a new rhythm will go far. You sound like you really care. That's already a huge help. You sound so wholesome. Those are great ideas. You are such an amazing person. You're so sweet. Thank you for showing her patience and compassion. Is there any kind of residence hall support staff? And a hall director? Reach out to them. They can point you and her to appropriate student services, counselors, for example. She needs to know that she cannot make a rash decision to leave because she is scared of being away. Invite her to dinner. Maybe you can make something together. Help her to feel welcome. Cook together sounds like a great idea. You could also offer to go grab coffee, go explore the area, have a movie night, have a drink,